As a student, it's normal to have some questions about your teachers. Miss Thrasher is an English teacher at Crescent High School. We got to the bottom of her past, her life outside of school, and even some of her more comical moments inside the classroom. Take a look.
See y'all.
Alright, so tell us a little bit about your family.
Okay. Well, I've been married to my husband Woody for 33 years. I was thinking about that the other day. I actually met him when I was 15, but we dated all through college, and he's the love of my life.
Oh.
And he's a lot of fun. He's my best friend. And he is very into music. He was a music major, yes, and he plays in the band, and he's a music director at our church. I've got 2 sons that are just great. Now I have a daughter-in-law too.
Oh.
So my older son is 29, that's Zach, and he just got married this summer to a beautiful girl, Jenny Lee. And they live in Simpsonville. They're buying a new house, and they both work at a place called Scan Source. And Jake is my baby. My baby is 24 years old, and he lives in Greenville and is working at GNC and finishing up school. He got off to a little bit of a bad start, but he's finishing up now.
Are you looking forward to grandchildren anytime soon? You hope so?
I have grand dogs. I'd like to have grandchildren, not right away, because they need to have a little time with themselves. But I don't know if they're going to have any or not. They might not.
So your husband, he is very musical.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that he plays in a band. They didn't tell me any specifics, but he plays in a band one night a week somewhere.
Well, what he does now, he does open mic night at Simon's. So he does that. But he is in a band. It's only a 2-person band. He plays guitar and does most of the singing, and his friend plays mandolin. And it sounds like that's a bluegrass band, but they're not. They do classic rock. And they play whenever somebody will pay them, and sometimes when people don't pay them.
Oh, well, that sounds interesting.
It is. It's fun.
So is there another side to you besides your teacher side?
No, I'm all teacher. What you see is what you get.
Really?
I am Mrs. Thrasher.
I never would have thought that. So do you have any quirks or habits that nobody knows about you?
If I do, I'm not going to tell you. But I think I do love to ride horses. I have a horse that I love very dearly. And I love to read, as you would expect from an English teacher. And I love to dance. Some people don't know that.
Dance?
I love to dance.
Me too. I guess we have something in common.
Yes.
Are you proud of me for using quirks since we learned that word last
I
week?
am very proud of you.
Okay, so you said something about horses. That's actually my next question. Do you have horses of your own?
I have one horse. She's all I can afford and all I have to participate in 100 paces, and that's usually about twice a month.
What inspired you to become an English teacher?
Well, teaching is in my blood. My mother was a teacher. Numerous cousins and aunts were teachers, but to be an English teacher, I absolutely love the language. I love to read, I love to write, I love the history of the language, I love to learn new words. My husband says I'm the only person he knows that will sit down and start reading the dictionary. So,
You've actually read the dictionary?
well, just in part, like I'll look a word up and I get interested while I'm reading. It's not like I just sit there and read. I'm not that big of a nerd.
So, what college did you attend?
USC.
USC. Now, what made you want to go there?
That's a good question because most of my friends went to Clemson, but my sister went to USC, and I don't look good in orange.
Now, how do you feel about teaching some of your past students' children?
That's always interesting. And what's funny is that sometimes I find out that their children are actually better students than they were.
Really? We'll end on a lighter note.
Okay.
What's the weirdest reason you've ever had to write a referral?
I can tell you one of the weird. Yeah, I wrote a referral for this. Well, it was demerits back then, but
Like my daddy.
yeah, I probably get him some. At the middle school, for years we had a no gum rule, so I didn't necessarily agree with it, but I enforced it. So one day, there's this girl. We're in the lunchroom, and I didn't know if she had gum or not. I really didn't, but she usually did. So I said, "Oh, and by the way, if you have gum, spit it out." And she said, "I don't have gum, see?" And she opens her mouth, nah, and there's a big wad of purple gum stuck on her tongue. And I kind of laughed. I said, okay, we'll spit that in the trash can. I don't have any gum. And then she gets a really big attitude. So she ended up getting like 4 demerits from that one thing when she didn't have to, because she lied.
She really had gum.
She really had gum, and she never had to show me. I mean, I was just saying, I would spit out your gum if you had it. So,
Wow.
so she turned it into a big thing and got written up for attitude, really, and lying instead of gum. Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. And I'm sure there are weirder things than that, but I can't think of anything right now.
Sorry about putting you on the spot then.
That's okay.
Well, thank you for interviewing with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.